All right, my guest tonight in Washington, D.C., Communications Director for FreePress.net, Craig Aaron, joins us, and in New York City, Editor for Silicon Alley Insider, Dan Fromer. Welcome to The Loop, everybody. Now, for the past couple of years, we've seen the Muslim outcry when Muhammad was depicted, whether it's in a South Park cartoon or when he had a pet named after him. But Wikipedia, we all know, it's an online encyclopedia. This is a repository for information. So Craig, I've seen all these online petitions. People are upset. They're enraged that there's an image of the prophet in the Wikipedia article. But what could the site be risking by leaving the images up there?
Well, I think because of things that happen in Denmark and elsewhere in the world, every time you hear about one of these scandals, sort of the alert level goes up. But, I really think Wikipedia deserves a lot of credit for saying, you know what, this is an encyclopedia. This is about free speech. These are historical documents that are very relevant. They should cover this controversy. They should include it in the post. But I think they're doing the right thing. When it comes to the internet, you're never more than 1 or 2 clicks away from something that will offend every major religion.
Right.
So Wikipedia can't draw the line here, or, they'd spend all their time negotiating these small things between, one group of folks that believe one thing and one who believe another.
Right. So, Dan, when a petition comes out online, like against Wikipedia, and it's got 100,000 signatures, they say they want these photos removed, Wikipedia doesn't really have to worry. Maybe the worst that could happen is 200,000 signatures?
Look, Wikipedia has a model. Its model is whatever stuff gets put up there stays there until someone else edits it. I don't have a Wikipedia page, but if one of your viewers wants to make one right now, go ahead. I'm not going to touch it. But this is the beauty and the problem with the Wikipedia model is that people can put whatever they want on there. We hope they're right. That's why you get a bad grade if you use them as a source in a history paper or something like that. But, forget protests. Wikipedia should stand by the integrity of what's on their site, and the editors should choose what goes on there, and that's it.
And Craig, would you agree that because it's this is sort of an internet, it's a worldwide culture kind of issue here, that no one should ever expect to really be able to pull anything down from it?
Well, I think that's the beauty of the internet, is keeping it completely open. That's what we need to protect on the internet, is the ability to go wherever you want, do whatever you want, download whatever you want. You're not always going to find stuff that you agree with. You might not always find things that support your beliefs, but that's what's so great about the internet, and that it can go everywhere. And so I think Wikipedia, again, deserves really a lot of credit for standing their ground and saying, okay, we'll make note of this. Let's add this petition, link to it from the post, show that some people are upset, and let's actually have a conversation. That's the beauty of what the internet can do.
And obviously you want to go wherever you want on the internet, and you want to buy things from wherever you go, and you want to trust where you're buying them from and who's buying your goods. So I want to transition to a different kind of censorship now, because eBay recently made it known that they intend to remove a seller's ability to actually leave negative feedback about buyers. So Dan, we'll go to you. If honest feedback happens to be negative, should sellers be able to say so, or is this a case where the buyer's always right?
No, absolutely. There are terrible sellers, there are terrible buyers, and there are great buyers and great sellers on eBay. The last thing I remember buying there was a blow-up duck with a Miller High Life logo on the bottom.
We don't need more info on the blow-up duck, Dan. That's okay. We trust you. But
here's the deal. Anyone who's read about a power book knows that there are terrible buyers on eBay, and sellers who use this either as a part-time job or just to get rid of some junk, or some people have a career based on selling stuff on eBay. They should be able to feedback what buyers do on that site just as well as buyers can say, this seller sucks.
All right, I want to get to an issue and spend a little time on it that's near and dear to my own heart, because they were popular, very humorous guitar shred videos. They were posted on YouTube. They were taken off the site because of a supposed copyright infringement. Craig, shouldn't these videos fall under parody protection? Why are these videos getting removed?
Yeah, I know. I really think it's ridiculous. These are clearly fair use. Nobody in these videos is making a profit off the songs in them. They're just having a good time. And I think when YouTube really starts to lose its sense of humor, there goes its business model. We're not going to go on YouTube just to see these sort of a lot of corporate approved clips. And, I think this is an example of how the copyright police have really gotten out of hand. They come to YouTube every day, knocking on the door, trying to take things down. And so they've developed this sort of knee-jerk response where, next they're going to be going for that breakdancing guy in his kitchen that you showed at the top of the show because maybe the beatboxer ripped something off from Dougie Fresh.
It sounded like something Timbaland stole from an artist ages ago.
Exactly.
But Dan, where do you draw the line? What matter of recourse does a YouTube user have when their content's pulled? I just saw today that, Roadrunner Records, they said they actually liked the Dragon Force video on there. They want YouTube to put it back up. But had they not made that post, what's a user to do?
It's so tricky because everyone knows that YouTube is full of stuff that is up there illegally. On the other hand, there's stuff that's up there that some people might think is up there illegally, but it's not. There are people who actually sit around in Brooklyn and their job is to pull stuff off eBay because one person, whether it's a company that supposedly owns the copyright to something or just you or I, says this shouldn't be up there. So they take it down. So this is a challenge for Google. I mean, the Viacom lawsuit is real. It's taking a lot of resources out of Google. We'll see what their policy is going to be going forward. But right now, I guess it sucks when it screws people, but it also kind of works too.
Right. Hopefully someone will jump ship to the 20 other video sharing sites that will allow that video to exist in the meantime. I want to thank my guests, Craig and Dan, for joining me today. Thank you guys so much for keeping us in the loop.
Attack of the Show, weeknights at 7, only on G4.